Hi everyone. Welcome to one more one more segment of qRaptor session. Okay, that's fine. So we'll get started. Um, Once again, welcome everyone. So the core important agenda for this meeting. So we have taken it in two parts. One is going to be the vibe coding feature, which is a preview feature we have launched due to multiple requests from various people that we wanted to have vibe code plus the custom UI capability. So that is why we have added that vibe code functionality with preview capability. And second, we are going to talk about the integration pipelines. Uh, if I see this, how it is going to be aligned, like I explained in the last meeting. So it's again 2x. So we have experience, right? And execution. So first segment, vibe code, we are going to talk about user interface plus how that is going to be connected to the agents, right? So that will cover both experience and execution. The second part, we are going to talk about something called autonomous agents, right? So what is that we are going to do in this case? We don't need an user interface. We don't need any human interventions. As and when any data which comes from a different system, in today's scenario, we're going to take up uh, Jira as our system. So as and when a data comes from a ticketing tool, how an agent can act on it. So that is what we are going to see. This is going to be autonomous. So the first section we will talk about with experience and execution. The second section will only talk about execution, how agents can act autonomously on set of data. Okay, so now with this context, I'll quickly move on to the system. But today what I will do is I'll go very step by step. I'll show very starting from what all is there, what data is there, how we are going to do it, the step by step process, so that if any questions in that area, you people can post it in the Q&A section. We will answer it towards the end. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. I hope my screen is visible. Let me validate that myself. Yeah, it's visible. Okay. So now let's start with a very simple example, no complications. I will start with a basic student data. So we have a student table which has ID, name, age, gender, department, and exam status. This data is available to us, and I have also uploaded some sample data to this particular table. You can see the sample data which is available in this. What I'm going to do now is let me go ahead and create one app. Okay, so I'll create a web application which will be called as student analysis view, and this is for student analysis. Now with this app, what we will do is first we'll create one agent. I'll say the agent name is get student data to get student information, right? I will not be adding any complex nodes or any additional nodes here. A very simple agent which will just get the student details as it is. So for which we will just have one variable which will store the student details. So I'll call it as student details, and it should be a JSON variable. Now to fetch it, I'm going to use select rows. Okay. So in select rows, what is that we will be doing? So we already have student table. We can generate the query. So I'll tell get all the student list and then generate. So this ideally should generate a query for me. It got generated. Let me first test it. Yes, it is getting me the data, which is also available in the form of JSON like this. So this is how I'm getting the data from this query. So what I will do, I'll validate and then store the data which is returned, whatever JSON we saw into student details, and then save. So what this agent is doing, just on execution, it's going to return the list of students available in a particular variable. So let me save it, unlock the agent. I'll publish it. There is a reason why I'm publishing it without creating the UI. I'll explain that. And I'll go to the site and show student analysis view. And in publish, I'm going to republish the agents. I'm not republishing the site purposefully because I'm not done any UI changes. Only the agents I am publishing. Now, once we go to, let's go back to the application, what we just created. So the agent is already available. Now coming to the layout, right? So we have a Vibe Studio available. It's a beta version. We can give our prompt and get a UI generated. So let me go ahead and give a prompt, which I already created and kept. Okay. And then enter. So what this will do, I'll explain what this will do. But before that, what is that I'm giving in prompt? I'm telling it to create a student dashboard, which will have 4 count cards, which will show total students, male, female, pass percentage, and below that, a table of student list with a select box to filter. And this is the sample data which it has to use. This is the sample data what we just saw by executing the SQL query, right? That sample data is what I've given here. So now what this will do, it will first analyze and tell me what is that it should create, right? First, basically, it will do a basic analysis. So it is understanding that it has to create a dashboard, and then it has to use students entity, and what are the operations it has to do, what are the components, UI components which it has to use, and key features what it has to provide. So that is what first step this system will do. Second step is going to be the planning stage, where it's going to plan the list of UI project files which it is going to generate. So current version, we are initially supporting only Vue.js. So this project is going to be created on a Vue.js based application. So you can see that there is a main.css which it creates, which will be the styling file. Then there is a service file which will be used to connect to the APIs, any APIs which we are going to connect from this front end application. Pinia stores for people who have used Pinia store or a React or a Vue, right? So there is this state management solutions, which is going to have a state management in your UI. So that is what is this Pinia store state management is, and what are the sub components, and what is going to be the main component. So when I say main component, it is like the index.view is going to be always the main component, which will have the entry point, which will act as an entry point for our application. And finally, subroutes. For people who worked with SPAs, subroutes are the sub navigation, what you will have from the main navigation. So the main navigation is going to be the whole site, like I explained last time, site below which multiple apps. So if your app, each app is going to have sub navigation, that would be available in the subroutes. So now what is that this wipe code generator will do? It will generate all these files for you. So basically out of 7 files, it has already completed 6 files, and it is finally building the files also. So now it is done. Once it is built the file, you will get to see the files in the editor. You can see the index view and the main CSS, whatever it has created, right? Subroutes, also the sub components, the count card, and also the student table, whatever we asked for. The services. So by default, the services will get created with the mock data. So that's what we could see here. There is a mock data which it has added by itself. That mock data is available. And the store, which has the complete store methods, state management methods, which is required, and also the state properties which needs to be there. So now we also have a preview. This will show the preview of the UI which is created. So you can see that this is the exactly what we wanted, the count cards with different things and also the list of students. Currently, it has added a mock data with a list of students here. So now what is that I want to do? Okay, this is a UI is done. I have also created an agent which actually has the way to get list of students in a particular variable. How do I interconnect both of them, right? So that's what is going to be the next step. So let me go here to the editor. Where do I interconnect? In general, it will always be in the API. So wherever we wanted to add the service methods, that's where we'll interconnect the agents. So let me go here, and there is a flash icon here, which is nothing but to insert the agent call. So click on the insert agent call, and we will select the agent which we just created, that is get student data. There is no input and output. Anyway, we know what is the output it's going to come. I'm not going to map it to anything. So let us try to test it once. Okay, so I got the test execution done. Yes, I got these fields. The student details is nothing but the variable what we created and mapped our select output, right? So that is what is the student details. And below which you have array of rows, which has all the values, whatever it has fetched. So now what we need to do, we need to use this in our front end. So let me first insert the agent code. So the moment I insert the agent code, I will get this code added automatically into the editor. So you can see there is an agent service which got added, and there is a function which got added by itself, which triggers the agent. And there are a couple of events which is there on outputs, on complete and on error, and how to call. There is a sample call also is added. So now what I will do to just do a very simple way of doing this, I will replace this get students, whichever is returning this, right? So I will replace this method to return the students. So I'll keep one variable called student list, which will be having empty array. And then when we call this on complete, I will just tell that the student list should have outputs dot whatever is the name we saw, right? Student details. So that is the name which we saw, which is mapped inside, right? Okay. So now that it is done, now we will call this method wherever get is getting called. I'll put an await so that it finishes the whole execution and then returns student list. That's it. So we are done. So we added this student list and then we have updated that in the agent call. And also we are using that in the get students. So let's comment this mock data. So we'll keep it commented. So there is a feature. Oh, I've commented the agent call also. No, okay. So there is a feature that it auto saves. So if you see, it's already saved now. So now that we have done this, let me try rebuilding this. So what does rebuild do? It is going to build this source files into a compiled project, which we can deploy it into our production. So it's currently doing the rebuild. So generally rebuild is slightly, it will take time because it's going to compile your full project and give it, because we wanted people to have the full preview before they go to the site. So that's why we are rebuilding and showing you the complete site, how it will look with this particular app. So now it's done. So let's go into the preview mode and yeah. So we could see the whole student list, which is coming from the data what we uploaded, and also has all the filters what we asked for. That's it. So 5-10 minutes, you just create an agent, you create a vibe code your UI, and then integrate them together. You get your full application up and running with no time. So that's the vibe code plus agent integrated functionality for you people.